The story comes to us from Sacramento.cbslocal.com. Activists are calling for change after a new report was released that shows a disparity in who Sacramento police stop and arrest.
Policing here in Sacramento is biased and racist.
Community activist Barry Axios has been saying for years that Sacramento police officers unfairly target African Americans.
We're number one with being pulled over, with being searched.
Now, new research by the Center for Policing Equity confirms blacks are disproportionately stopped by police.
Policing here in Sacramento needs to be changed and be held accountable. Data is proving everything that we've been saying for years and years.
It tells me we still have a lot of work to do.
Police Chief Daniel Hahn requested the independent study following the fatal officer-involved shooting of Stephon Clark, an unarmed black man. The report looks at the race of each individual stopped by police over a 6-year period. He says it's an effort to make the department more transparent.
We invited them into our department to examine our department.
So what did researchers find? African Americans make up 40% of all arrests in Sacramento, even though they're only 13% of the overall population. Officers also use force against African Americans 5 times more often. They are 6 times more likely to be stopped on the streets and 60% more likely to be searched.
The question is, why is there disparity in the numbers? And 2, what do you do about it? That's why we have implicit bias courses. That's why we have Walk in My Shoes, to give our officers experiences in communities that they're not from.
A data-driven study showing disparity between who police stop and the overall population they're sworn to protect. Now, the department has already made a number of policy changes based on other reports and recommendations, including further restricting when officers can use lethal force.
Now, all of this came about, they said, from Stephon Clark. That's the one where the young black man was running from the cops, and he was standing in a yard, or I don't remember if he was moving or walking, but he was in the yard with his back turned to the cops, and he had a cell phone in his hand. And that's the one where the cop was at a corner of a building, and he looked around the corner and went, "Gun! Bang, bang, bang!" Like he didn't even give the guy a chance to drop it or anything. And it was a cell phone. It wasn't even a gun. So that's why they say that they are further restricting when officers can use lethal force. The report, of course, was based off of that. That was a huge deal back then when they murdered that poor kid, shot him in the back, holding a cell phone, and cops just, I don't know, they think this is like the Wild Wild West or something. It's nothing's changed. Now, the Stephon Clark incident happened a few years ago, and nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Everything's still the same. So you know what's going to happen in 2027? Exactly what's happening in 2021. Same thing. Do you all agree with that? Let me know in the comment section below.